or smart TV. With a premium membership, you always have the whole world of equestrian sports on the go with you.
zijn en beter presteren. En dat het ook voortkomt uit dat we heel specifiek voeren hadden. Dat als een paard ergens iets last van heeft, sneller verzuurt, dan maken we weer een andere afweging voor. En dat op die manier de paarden gemakkelijk op topniveau geholpen kan.
In onze sport is het energie eruit halen, dat gebeurt ook samen met de paarden. Ik zit in het midden op de koets en ik heb 2 mensen achter me staan met 2 grooms. En dan hebben we natuurlijk de paarden op de koets staan die ook de drijf naar voren hebben en de power in zich hebben.
Ich glaube, am Ende ist entscheidend, dass das Pferd glücklich ist. Und wenn das Pferd glücklich ist, ist der Reiter auch glücklich.
træner. Og man kan se de her kæmpe om og op igen og prøve det som heste og få andre ryttere nye impulser. Det tror jeg kan blive rigtig og spændende samtidig. Ja, nogle stykker, som synes, at jeg synes, at der er noget af det, man skal
Equestrian life is a life filled with love, passion, ambition, and dreams. At Helpstrand, we educate and train world-class dressage horses with Olympic medals, world and European championship titles, and more than 30 medals from the World Championships for young horses. We have written history on the international stage. At Helpstrand Youngsters, we make sure the next generation of dressage horses get the very best start. With world-class facilities and 150 hectares of open land, we provide the best conditions for their welfare and development. Today, we accommodate more than 700 horses across our training centres in Denmark, at Helpstrand, Germany, and outstanding stables with Patrick Kittel in Germany and at Eagle Tree Farm in Wellington, United States. Helpstrand Dressage is not only a home to our riders, trainers and staff, it's the place where passion meets professionalism and where everything is designed with the welfare of the horses in mind.
to enjoy the full programme. National events, worldwide live broadcasts, academy videos, as well as our in-depth archive search for horse or rider. And all that, whenever and wherever you want. Whether on your tablet, smartphone, computer or smart TV, with a premium membership, you always have the whole world of equestrian sports on the go with you.
It is with great anticipation that we come together here in Herning to kickstart the FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy Season 2025 before heading to Lyon and Stuttgart. The final will take place in Mechelen, where together we will find out who the 2025 champions will be. We will see the future generation of athletes compete on their ponies alongside some of the greatest idols in the sport. Series such as the FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy represent a unique opportunity for our rising stars to gain standing and can act as a springboard for future representation on the international senior circuit. The ambition and strive for excellence exhibited by the young competitors can only be admired. It is thanks to the continuous efforts of the organizers, volunteers, officials and sponsors that we are able to continuously see our sport thrive. To all the athletes present, to their families and support systems, we wish you a fantastic event and the best of luck.
Well, good evening and welcome to Herning, to the boxing here, which has played host for several seasons now to the opening leg of the FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy. This weekend at Herning, also celebrating the FEI Dressage World Cup, and of course we'll be having that on FEI TV over the weekend as well. But this year, 24 riders and their ponies lining out here for the opening leg of the FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy. 3 classes for them, building up towards that Grand Prix. We start with a competition with 1 round table A at meter 20 for them to just get settled into the ring and start to set the scheme and the standard and the progress towards that first Grand Prix of the series, a series then that goes on through the forthcoming Longines Nikita Lyon and the Stuttgart German Masters show before those finals at Mechelen in the Neckar Hull between Christmas and New Year. Gabriel Richard is our first to go for France. Gabriel with Dandy Royale. Gabriel and Dandy team riders for the French this year at the Ponies in Le Mans. And taking on Mark McGowan's track here for our opening competition for the Jumping Ponies Trophy. Got a lovely set of jumps here at Herning, of course. Herning with the background of having hosted both the European and World Show Jumping Championships. This rides that nice related distance from the double of verticals, 4AB, down to 5. Difficult to know exactly in any competition at any level what to do so early on in terms of the pace and the time, and does just clip away that rail, of course, so that will put them behind all of our eventual clears. But I'm just trying to get a sense of the speed of this pair. 350 meters a minute is the required rate of advance for the time allowed, but of course this isn't really a time allowed class. It is about trying to go just as fast as they can. So sighting in there on the last, it is number 11, the big blue and white ox of Gabriel Richard and Dandy Royale. 66.35 is the time across the ground. We'll keep an eye on that as a bit of a reference.
So 4 folds for our French combination, time is 66.35 seconds. Og så har vi den første danske ekvipage klar. Det er Amalie Breum Haril, og hun kommer med
Amalie Breum Harald and Good Boy de Bondet. Amalie with a couple of years left in ponies, 14 years old. This actually just turned 14 at the beginning of the month. And picked up some experience through the Youth Nations Cup Series. We saw them at the likes of Drammen and also at the Volden, and also at the Nordic Baltic Championships this year. They're part of the Danish team that scored a silver medal. Just a little bit sticky going into that line is just Good Boy seeing, I think, you know, a little bit the experience going down from memory. The boxing here in Herning has that final wall there at the end, and they put a lot of the big screens and the displays up on that wall, and it can just be quite eye-catching. We've seen that in the dressage as well here at Herning. Amelie just looking for some of these tighter lines. She's very, very economic on some of the turns here. And look at this, very nearly sub 60 seconds. It is on a clear round, so it's very, very good. And 60.52 for Amelie Brunhald and Good Boy de Bondet. And that is a very, very nice one for the Danish audience here in Herning to get their week of Jumping Pony Trophy sport underway. Speaking about that week, do we have the Jumping Ponies Trophy tomorrow at 5:15 as well. 5:15 local time in Denmark. That's obviously 1 hour ahead of the UK and Ireland. And then they have a day off. It is Saturday then that we conclude the Jumping Ponies Trophy, and that's at 5:45 local time. Austria looking forward to getting their Jumping Ponies Trophy leg back next year at the Amadeus Indoors at Salzburg. An Austrian 15-year-old rider here, Raphael Maximilian Reichardt Eisenhardt, Indy Mill A. Silver medalist with the Austrians at the Ponies last year. A very, very tall rider. He'll be working hard on his own fitness, his own weight, to just try and maximize his time in Ponies. He was with the Austrians at the recent Youth Nations Cup finals as well, following the Europeans at Le Mans this summer. Raf Max now, so much wider there than moments ago. Amelie Brun-Harold back to the butterfly fence, and you can see that reflected in the time. A fraction slower, 62.89. It is clear, so that's valuable. It will go in front, of course, of Gabrielle Richard. Gabrielle, as we suspected at the time, both a little bit average across the ground in terms of pace and with that unlucky rail. So that's going to see them, I think, end up a little bit far down the order come the final analysis of this opening leg of Jumping Ponies Trophy action here from Herning, Denmark. Laura Hertz Eichenrode and Casper now. Casper is a real veteran of the sport, older than all of our competitors at 20 years old. Did some pony jumping at Azelhoff, and actually were there as part of the Nations Cup Youth Final as well, finishing second overall in the Challenge Cup. Yeah, and actually they have to be so careful, and these incredibly talented and very experienced pony riders, but you just saw there jumping at speed into that double at 7 meant that the second part, the vertical B element, came up for you very, very quick. Okay, 60.52 to beat. We're not going to be quite there. Oh, we are. 60.26, quarter of a second faster for Laura Hertz Eichenrode and Casper, and that puts the German talent into the lead. 16 years old last year in Ponies for Laura Hertz Eichenrode and the 20-year-old Casper.
Clear round it is, and 60.26, that is the time for this German combination, who is in the lead at the moment. We're ready for the Netherlands, and welcome it is to Joy Neumann and Cash van Orchids.
Joy Neumann and Cash van Orchids goes next. Again, a combination that were part of this summer's FEI European Championships for Ponies at Le Mans, and of course the European Championships throughout the week in all three disciplines, eventing, dressage and jumping, all part of the Clip My Horse FEI TV archive. Cash van Orchids, part of the pony team that finished second in the Nations Cup Youth Final for the Netherlands at Azelhoff Leer. It's wonderful to see the payback. We've always seen the youth championships developing, of course, our stars of the future, but the little bit of structure, the little bit of investment and focus coming from the International Equestrian Federation and the sport to codify those Nations Cup youth shows and to really help develop and showcase those championships as well, I really think has started to make this into a true funnel for top riders. And of course, with the Lingerie League of Nations ranking now relying on each nation's best U25 rider, having riders who are absolutely prepared when they become senior riders to ride at the top level is so important. So it is unfortunately going to be the 4 faults there for Joy Neumann and Cash van Orchids, and in 61.38 that will go into 4th behind our 3 clear rounds. Laura Hertz Eichenrode, our leader.
Selma, hun regerende dansk mester for kategori 1. Det hun med Pretty Little Dandelion.
Selma Hundburg Dressler. Top 5 here at Herning last year, and actually podium finisher then in the finals at Mechelen. Selma now in her last year as a pony rider, so this will be the last chance to go to Mechelen and try and take the overall title. Selma, no surprise as well, jumping some of the other classes here at the show. There's a great field of classes here, and actually there's a supporting pony tour as well. Lady Crown, her European Championships horse from this summer. And that's, well, it looked from the low angle like it was about as aggressive as anyone, but I do think that some of the others have just been a little bit snugger around that turn. It's going to be in the mix, 61.02, 3/4 of a second slower than Laura Hertz Eichenroder, and going into third then for Selma Hundberg-Dressler and the European Championships pony Lady Crown.
Selma Hundberg-Dressler, Lady Crown, third best time is 61.02. And we are ready with rider number 7.
So already away then, Sam Widger. Sam, who was the runner-up in the 14-2 National Championships this year at the Dublin Horse Show. Sam and Little Smythe. Western Ranger, Sam's absolute top horse, or pony, was part of the European Championship campaign this year when the Irish took that silver medal. Irish doing a fantastic job celebrating those youth championship medals, of which there were many once again during the 5-star Dublin Horse Show. But a program built up over many years by Irish legend. Oh, sneaking inside there. That decoration that we've been watching how close they've been getting to as Sam Widger gets inside, but it was James Kiernan building that program over many years. Interestingly, not getting the time even with that quick inside turn. 62.71 for Sam and Little Smythe.
So
taking up fourth position at the moment, but yeah, our director doing a good job choosing the replay there, just showing that that line is on. So people who've got the kind of same foot speed as Laura Hertz Eichenroder now need to get inside there and try and find the winning line. Brune and Enigme Depré. Also a veteran of Le Mans, the Pony Europeans this summer. That was Brune's third time riding at the Pony Europeans after 2 appearances with another pony, Coppe de Laine. And Enigme Depré, also a member of the French team, 4th in the Youth Nations Cup finals just earlier this summer at Leer Eselhof. So just turning back to that vertical, unfortunately, and just running out of pace. He looked to be on a fair enough line to it, but just grinding to a halt. Coming away from that end of the ring, a little bit of a sticky jump over it now, and really want to be engaged because that's very looky. I think those coloured striped rails there will really make a pony that is a little bit looky really get in the air, and the distance there is very, very subtle from our design team as well.
So it is 11 faults today for Brune Fevre.
So Brune Fevre with the jumping and the time faults, unfortunately, here in our opening leg of the FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy. Of course, the points in the Jumping Ponies Trophy are going to come off the Grand Prix here on Saturday, so nil desperandum at this point, but of course, getting off to a strong start.
Viggo Bergstrand også en erfaren herre. Han har repræsenteret Sverige ved de europæiske mesterskaber hele 2 gange.
To Sweden now for Kobe Legend, ridden by Viggo Bergstrand. Kobe Legend did some of the supporting classes actually during the Le Mans. There was a Pony International there alongside the Pony Championships, behind Championship pony Guthmara Lad. So Vigo and just moving Courbet Legend up a little bit for this winter's Jumping Ponies Trophy, or certainly this opening leg here. And again, another tall young man who might find that nature puts him out of ponies before age does. Real nice reach in this ponies action there. Quite a forward pace everywhere, and Vigo, you know, forward off his eye, and that's coming up for them. Nicely in sync, but, you know, again, this is probably running at 85–92% of Laura Hertz Eichenrode. You can see we're already well over 62 seconds here. Vigo Bergstrand and Courbet Legend 8.5 seconds slower. Going into 6th place, getting it clear on day one here in the Boxen, and that could well have been Vigo and his coach's plan.
Vigo Bergstrand og Courbet Legend. De er fejlfri her i 68,80. Og så skal vi byde velkommen til start nummer 10 fra Frankrig. Der er det Paul Barrosaut med Vahinde Kergua.
Paul Barrosaut and Vahinde Kergua just winding themselves up there to that first. It's actually interesting again where McGowan has put the first, just tucked away there in the corner, down at the furthest end and going away from the warm-up arena end. Vahine in pony action this year at Fontainebleau and also at Optlebeek. Sent out for the Youth Nations Cup leg. .26 the time to beat for German rider Laura Hertz Eichenrode. And that time is going to stay. This is going to be significantly in the way the competition is breaking down over 60 seconds. 4.8, 64.80. So at least 4 seconds slower than Laura Hertz Eichenrode to take up that position in 6th at the moment. 6th of 7 clear rounds.
0 seconds. Clear round number 7 of the competition.
Palmer Sophie Gry Jansen Christensen of Denmark, one of our younger riders in the field at just 13 years old, a veteran several times over on the Children on Horses Championships, which is an under-14 championships. But horses are so different to ponies in terms of their brain, their way of going. She rode in the ponies in 2023 before those couple of seasons at the Children on Horses Championship, including finishing individually a 5th in the children's this year at Riesenbeck, Germany. Palmer Sophie Gry is riding in the 3-star international here this weekend, alongside riding in the ponies as well. Recently also in action with her horses at the Vienna leg of the Longines Global Champions Tour as well. Palmer Sophie Gry Jansen Christensen into the lead, 60.03. Individually 5th at Ponies in the past, individually 5th this summer at the Children on Horses Championships at Riesenbeck, and now into the lead, and into the lead for Denmark here in the Boxen as well. Palmer Sophie Gry Jansen Christensen.
So, new time to beat, 60.03 seconds. We have 13 riders.
So, a rider who has been here in Herning in the past, taking a top 10 in our Grand Prix here in the Jumping Ponies Trophy last year, and going on to be a finalist at Mechelen, is Emily Gulliver. Emily with Ben Gulliver's Lucky Choice. Again, just 15 years old, but Emily has already stepped up, rode on the junior team for Great Britain this year at Riesenbeck, and has been on the Children on Horses team the 3 previous years for Great Britain, including a team gold at Pijlbergen, Kronenberg in 2024. A little bit sticky there over the first for Emily getting going here in the boxen. Emily already a pony winner here this weekend at Herning, having taken the Kingsland pony competition here earlier on today. To the early rail, and actually just whether that was the reason, but we could see going past the end of the school there really had decelerated. So just coming around the end now to the final line, the vertical at 10, and then the slight curving line here, and Emily just holding all the way, just making sure that she's got Lucky Choice's attention.
So 1 fence down, 4 faults it is for
4 faults in 70.54. It will just be the 4. It is still inside the time allowed for Emily Gulliver, but it goes into 11th position.
Alfie Diaper and Bella.
Alfie Diaper and PJV Bella. Alfie's also here with a pony for the non-trophy tour as well. Rode some of the Youth Nations Cup Series this year, including in Linz in Austria. Juniors and ponies, in fact. PJV Bella. Well up in that Grand Prix at Linz for the ponies this year in Nations Cup action. Alfie Diaper, PJV Bella hustling around the course. Does it all stay in place? Do we end up seeing the lead change once again? Danish riders holding 1st, 3rd and 4th so far, and 8 clear rounds. Gets that line, pioneered by Sam Widger earlier on. 50. Well, any score that starts with a 50 is straight into the lead. Look at this, 3.83 seconds faster for Alfie Diaper and PJV Bella. That is a very competitive round here on the opening of the 3 days of Jumping Ponies Trophy action here at Herning.
Kingdom, this is Alfie Diaper and Bella, 56.20 seconds. And that is the new time to beat if you want to be in the lead of this FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy. Og mine damer og herrer, så kommer vi til en dansk ekvipage.
Rebecca Skæstedt-Juhl and MVS Carvel. The first are going to have to take on Alfie's leading time of 56.20. Individually 5th and team bronze this year at Apaya in Finland in the Nordic Baltic Championships for children on horses, actually. And riding MVS Carvel, her pony here. Yeah, nicely engaging with the question of riding out of that blind corner at the bottom of the ring and then having that whole related distance ahead of you. You could see Rebecca just finding her spot and wanting, finding the place she wanted to go from and just riding up to that. Rebecca joins the ranks of the clear rounds with MVS Carvel. It will be down towards the bottom of the clear round ranking into 9th of 10 clear rounds, but it is clear on the first day of the Jumping Ponies Trophy Tour here at Herning, Denmark.
And now we have the second of the Swedish riders ready in this FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy Tour. Lille Melstrøm it is with Helga THO. No, sorry, my mistake. It is, of course,
Tara Sweetnam and Classic now for Great Britain. Tara, who's also over double-handed at the show with a pony in the Kingsland Tour as well. Tara, 16 years old last year in Ponies. Let's say there'd be a lot of the pony riders thinking about hanging up their spurs following the Horse of the Year show here in Great Britain. Of course, Horse of the Year show, a big feature last week on clipmyhorse.tv. You'll find all of the content from there in the archive for premium members. But in addition, of course, this Jumping Ponies Trophy, there's a few other indoor pony competitions all the way up to the 31st of December with those Mechelen Jumping Ponies Trophy finals for the riders aging out this year as 16-year-olds. Just clips that late rail, unfortunately. Tara Sweetnam and Classic bringing home 4, very nearly 8 as they touch the front rail on the last as well. But with the 4 faults for Tara and Classic, they'll find themselves down the order, of course, with our 10 clear irons leading the way in this Table A format for our opening meter 20 leg of the Jumping Ponies Trophy. Helga THO for Lily Melstrom. Nordic Baltic team gold medalist and part of the Swedish team this year at the Ponies in Le Mans. That was with another horse or pony, Sparkling Lackamore Joey. Helga THO, second in the meter 25 competition on the big tour during the Pony Nations Cup finals. It's not going to be a bad time here for Lily Melstrom and Helga. They stay clear. Yeah, just over 60 seconds, 60.92. They are stacked up there. It goes into 5th place, 60.03 for Palma, 60.26 for Laura, 60.52 for Amelie, and 60.92 now for Lily. So a real group of them there, all within 1 second of each other. But Alfie Dijper for Great Britain right out in front, very nearly 4 seconds faster than his closest competitor. Ruby Payne goes next. Ruby for Great Britain, the 16-year-old with Zetec. Children on Horses medalist at Gola in Italy back in 2023. Riding ponies and junior horses during the Global Future Champions this year at Valkenswaard in the Netherlands. Ruby keeping the pressure on. This is a combination that you can really sense are moving. 56.20, look at that. You know, they are going to be competitive, but nobody looking like they can be in the same country as Alfie Dijper. This is going to be sub 60 seconds, 58.71. Ruby Payne and Zetec going into second place, giving a British 1-2 here at the moment in the Jumping Ponies Trophy. And some 7 remaining on the start.
Ruby Payne and Zetec clear in 58.71. That is a preliminary second place. It is Alfie Dijper first, Ruby Payne second, and Palma Sofie Gry Jansen Christensen on a preliminary third place. And we
Liselott Kurumans now. Liselott, the winner of the Grand Prix here in Herning last year on the Jumping Ponies Trophy, and a finalist then in Mechelen. Liselott with Elando van der Roshoven.
This combination has represented the Netherlands at the Europeans.
Taking the Nations Cup Youth Final this year for the Children on Horses. Liselott was on that winning team, was on the pony team with Elando that finished second in the Nations Cup Finals as well. It was a super week for Liselott. Gets a very, very good short turn there. into number 6 through the bright, colourful stripes of 7, the double. Lieselot has ages left in this division as well. 13 years old, a lot of time left in ponies. Look at this round, look at this time. 54.27, faster yet. Very nearly 2 full seconds faster than Alfie Dijper. What a round, what riding there from Lieselot Keulemans. Last year's Grand Prix winner here at Herning. She knows this ring, she feels very comfortable in this ring and really has made that count.
So in the lead, it is the Netherlands. What an amazing ride. 6 riders
so
to go.
Robin Vermeer,
Belgium.
another veteran of the Jumping Ponies Trophy, having ridden it in recent seasons, is partnered for the last while with this horse, pony Atomic du Barry. Atomic du Barry is a former ride for, amongst others, Tabitha Kyle.
Robin så vi jo over i
And Robin
Arenaen tidligere i dag,
Willem Vermeer,
til en tredjeplads med Crystal Sparkle.
Belgian Olympian. 5 championship appearances, twice a team medalist, children's and this summer on ponies. The pony in Le Mans was Crystal Sparkle van Bergveld, who's here and finished 3rd in the Kingsland pony class earlier on today. But Robin focusing on Atomic du Barry for the Jumping Ponies Trophy here in Herning at least. Look at some of these other ponies, like 54, 56, even 58 seconds looks just incredible. You know, the 60, the 61s have looked, you know, very believable. Robin Vermeer, Atomic du Barry are clear. They go into 11th position now of our clears in our FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy leg here. The opening leg, day 1 of 3 days of competition for the ponies, with the competition tonight, the warm-up class tomorrow, where we go up to the meter 25, and then finally on Saturday it is the pony jumping, or the Jumping Ponies Trophy Grand Prix, a meter 30 Grand Prix presented by Parvo. Sophie Aurelia Georges representing the Principality of Monaco here with Berlioz de Henin. Sophia just 13 years old, but is already a veteran twice over of European Championships at the Children on Horses level. Berlioz, a top 5 finisher in the meter 30 Grand Prix finale to the ponies at Fontainebleau back in May, and actually a class winner during that series as well, taking the meter 25 class against the clock. And Sophia and Berlioz posted clear here on day 1. A little bit of exuberance through the finish line there as well from Berlioz. So the Monegasque rider Sophia Aurelia Georges going into 12th with that time of 63.35.
Yet another clear round, and a lovely one it is for
But, you know,
Sophia
9
Aurelia
seconds
Georges
there or
and
thereabouts,
Berlioz.
slower than
Time for
Lieselot
this
Keulemans,
combination is
our current leader.
63.25 seconds. And we have number 21 of this competition.
So another finalist
here
from
in the
Mechelen last year of the
This
Jumping
is
Ponies
Bethany
Trophy.
Voss
It
and
is
Gumbo
Bethany Voss,
Mumbo.
Bethany with Gumbo Mumbo.
Vi har Bethany Voss fra Holland i arenaen nu. Hun har med Still Got Me 3 gange
Gumbo Mumbo,
repræsenteret Holland ved de europæiske
Bethany's Grand Prix horse this
mesterskaber.
summer at the
Men her
Nations
til
Cup
aften,
Youth
der kommer hun
event
med
at
14
Hagen
årige
in
Gumbo
Germany.
Mumbo.
In terms of Europeans this year, it was the ponies. Not this year. I just saw Le Mans. Le Mans in 23. Ponies last summer at Optlebeek. Ridden 4 pony championships. This will be a last year in ponies for Bethany and Gumbo Mumbo, so their career will end at Mechelen. Well, Bethany then will be looking for junior horses, young rider horses, senior horses. The last goes as well, unfortunately, making it 8 faults for Bethany Voss here. And Gumbo Mumbo with us in the boxing in Herning. And that is going to be expensive because we've got about a dozen clear rounds. We've got several on 4, not too many on 8. I'm afraid that is going to be quite far down the order, as we say, amongst our 24 contenders. Bethany going into 20th of the 21 we have seen. 3 more to start. Elise Thirion and Dance Floor de Cournoy. Dance Floor de Cournoy and Elise. Medalists this summer at Le Mans, part of the Belgian team that took bronze. Top 10 finishes in the Pony Grand Prix at Fontainebleau back in May of this year. At least with another full season of ponies, or another full year of ponies ahead of her next year. So into the mix, 69.63 for Elise Thirion there, and with the latest of our clear rounds in the opening leg of the Jumping Ponies Trophy here in Herning.
Clear round number 16 here in the FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy Tour.
It is clear round number 16 and goes into 16th position.
For the Netherlands, a warm welcome it is for Minnie Vos.
Minnie Vos, 14-year-old Minnie Vos, and Jasmine's Holly. Jasmine's Holly was Minnie's horse this summer for the Pony European Championships at Le Mans. And actually part of the Dutch team that finished second in the Nations Cup Youth Final. Pressing all the time speed-wise, but this is, you know, they're far out there. They're having to work hard to get the turn. The turn isn't coming up smooth for them, and all of those fractions, they add up. I say this pony's luxuriant tail keeps making me glance back at the jump and make sure it wasn't a pole falling. This is fast. Minnie Vos and Jasmine's Holly, 56.77 going into the mix there. Lieselot Kuremans, Alfie Dijper, Minnie Vos and Ruby Payne are top 4, all sub 60 seconds.
It is Minnie Vos and Jasmine's Holly. A lovely clear round in 56.77 seconds. And now approaching the first fence is the last rider today. The last rider in the FEI Jumping.
So Senna Beckers will bring our opening competition to its conclusion. The 14-year-old Dutch contender with Comme Delicious by Comme Il Faut. Comme Delicious, her pony for the Nations Cup finals at Leer Ezelhof with that Dutch team that finished second. Senna rode another pony this summer, Cupcake, on the Dutch team at the Europeans in Le Mans. And of course our Nations Cup Youth Finals also all there in the archive.
Alfie Dijper second, Minnie Vos third, Ruby Payne fourth, and Palma Sofie Gry-Jensen Christensen fifth.
Senna and Comme Delicieux. Could Senna go sub 60 seconds here and be right in the mix in the opening speed leg? The second leg is also speed, and then it is on into the meter 30 Grand Prix. Meter 20 today, meter 25 tomorrow, meter 30 for the Saturday Grand Prix here, the Jumping Ponies Trophy. and picking up those valuable points on the way to the finals in Mechelen, Belgium, between Christmas and New Year. 64-66 will be the time taken for Senna. That will take up 14th on the ranking here with Comme de
Ja, vi
l'Essieu.
slutter FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy-turen på bedst mulig vis. Et flot fejlfrit rit her til hollandske Senna Beckers og Comme de l'Essieu sat. Ridtiden hedder 64,66 sekunder.
So it means it's going to be victory for Frida Munk Larsen. No, that's not true. My info screen just changed. A victory for Liselott Kuremans and Elanda van der Rooshoven in that time of 54.27. Alfie Dijper, PJV Bella in second, 56.20. 56.77 was the time there towards the end of the competition for Mine Vos of the Netherlands, with Jasmine's Holly, Ruby Payne and Z-Tech fourth on 58.71, and Palmer Sophie Gry Janssen Christensen and Bodisida Aveline for Denmark in fifth on 60.03, the highest ranked of the home riders. Lara Hertz Eichenroder, who led for a good while on 60.26, ends up in sixth. Amelie Broom Harold in seventh with Good Boy de Bondet. Lili Melstrom and Helga T.H.O., that combination for Sweden, in eighth. In ninth, Selma Hundberg Dresler and Lady Crown for Denmark. And rounding out our top 10, Sam Widger, the reserve national champion of Ireland at the 14.2 ponies. Little Smythe, the Irish bred, with that 10th place finish in 62.71. They were the best 10 of what ended up being 18 clear rounds out of a starting field of 24 tonight in the opening leg here from Herning of the FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy. As I say, more ponies to look forward to across the weekend here from Herning, with our second competition, the meter 25 warm-up class, presented by Helgstrand Dressage, coming up tomorrow at 5:30 local time. And then on Saturday, it will be the FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy Grand Prix here, and that's at 5:45. Also from Herning this weekend, of course, we've got our FEI Dressage World Cup and the 2 p.m. on Friday for the Grand Prix, and then on Saturday the FEI Dressage World Cup Freestyle at midday Danish time, if you want to follow along with that. And of course, across the network on the weekend, we also have the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup Series getting underway with the Western European League leg of Oslo, so you can look forward to all of that action as well, with the World Cup qualifier coming up itself on the weekend. And those first 20 points on the road to Fort Worth will be allocated for the dressage here in Herning, and of course over in Oslo for the jumping. But the first points in the Jumping Ponies Trophy will be allocated here on Saturday in our Grand Prix, but our first prize giving on the way, and it is of course with that victory for a rider who was in great form here at Herning 12 months ago, winning the Grand Prix here and with the maximum points of Herning in 2024 to go on to be a finalist at Mechelen. Liselott Kuremans and Elanda van der Rooshoven taking the opening night victory in the first leg of the Jumping Ponies Trophy.
Mine damer og herrer, vi er klar til præmieoverrækkelse i FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy. Og til at præsentere præmierne, der er vi heldige at have klassens overdommer Annika Pihl og Kasper Kassø fra World Cup Herning.
Member of the grand jury here, Annika Pihl, stepping forward, accompanied by a member of the organising committee as well of World Cup Herning, to congratulate our top riders, including of course our winner, Liselott Kuremans.
Og der er Pavo Mads til femtepladsen. Stort tillykke til Palma. Fjerdepladsen, den går
incredible time from Liselott to go that nearly 2 full seconds faster than Alfie Dijper in the second place. Just being congratulated there at the moment is Ruby Payne, already congratulated. Mine Vos in third place, Ruby Payne and Z-Tech in the fourth spot.
Mine Vos and Jasmine's Holly. We have a gift certificate for Chamor for the third place. placed second.
So in fact, that was Minnie going here to Alfie and PJV Bella.
For the second
Alfie
place,
say 56.20, setting that time that felt, you know, like it was job done onto Liselott Kuremans and Orlando. Somehow found 2 extra seconds. Our defending Grand Prix winner here of Jumping Ponies Trophy at Herning. And they start in a winning way, Liselott and Orlando, with the first of the 3 legs here for Herning 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the FEI Jumping Ponies Trophy for the Netherlands, Liselott Kuremans and Orlando van der Rosheuvel. Og jeg skal bede publikum rejse sig for den hollandske nationalmelodi. Once again,
and given the performance, given the speed, a richly deserved performance of the national anthem of the Netherlands there for Liselott Kuremans, our winner here in Herning of the first of the 3 competitions for our contenders in the Jumping Ponies Trophy. So do join us tomorrow as we get set for our second leg for these ponies. As I say, that is going to be a metre 25 competition, very generously presented by Helgstrand Dressage here in Herning at 5:30 local time, Central European summertime, and that is 1 hour ahead of the UK and Ireland if you want to plan your day. So 4:30 in the UK and Ireland and 5:30 locally for another Table A speed as the dimensions go up to metre 25 for our talented ponies and their riders here tomorrow from the Jumping Ponies Trophy of Herning.
And we kindly ask our winner, Liselott Kuremans, to lead the way.
It's time to celebrate and have a good time.
But for day 1, it's lap of honour time, lap of honour and richly deserved, as we say, for Liselott Kuremans and Orlando van der Rosheuvel, the incredible talent already. A pony championship rider in 2024 at the age of 12, 13 years old now. With a couple of years in ponies left and a strong performance already with the Grand Prix win here in Herning 12 months ago, and now the opening night win in the Jumping Ponies Trophy of 2025. Thanks so much for being with us here in Herning. We look forward to talking to you tomorrow. And don't forget all of the other sport across the weekend, with the FEI Dressage World Cup leg coming here from Herning, as well as the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup Series starting its winter across Western Europe in Oslo.
Ja, mine damer og herrer, en fantastisk dag her ved World Cup Herning. Nærmer sig sin afslutning. Vi er færdige for i dag her i Jyske Bankboksen, men over i Pavo Arena, der kan I gå over og se Easy Agricare Youngster-turen. I morgen, der er vi tilbage klokken 8 her i boksen, mens vi starter klokken 9 i Pavo Arena. Tusind tak for i dag, og kom rigtig godt hjem.